ig, yim, blue, Zuzzogozw, hszm, Zionism. And so before we get into our subject at hand, we have the picture. So the picture is of the Ibn Shushan Synagogue, or the Synagogue of Santa María Blanca in Toledo, Spain. And I don't know if it's been reactivated, like there's the call to be, but it's supposed to be the oldest synagogue in Europe. And it has an inscription that says it was built in 1180 of the Common Era. And Lzwvmmh built it for Jewish use. And nowadays it's a museum, but the Christians took it over, without permission, of course. And now there's the idea that maybe they should have it back. And so a basic idea that we may have that says that Jewish prophecy would not be the same as Zionism is like in Isaiah 11:12. And Isaiah 11:12 is interesting enough in that it kind of does the opposite of something that we might otherwise think of. One shanas Lzwvmmh wasaf nanchi yashral one patsud Yahuda yakbats marba kanput hearts. And so it seems that rather than preceding a messianic age, there'll be somebody that will hold up a banner and assemble them. Now, there's references to it's got to be on the side of the people who are on the West Bank. It's got to be on the side of the people in the Afghanistan area. And in Zoroastrianism, it's a plain black, the people that you'll see people wearing black, and among them will be a black flag, and this will be spread about. And so there's a lot of prophecy regarding this sort of thing. And so it's not whether it's anti-Zionism or pro-Zionism, it's sort of just not the Zionism that we have. Deuteronomy 33, Isaiah 27:12, Isaiah 49, Isaiah 41:14, Isaiah 43, 5-6, Isaiah 52:12, Isaiah 54:7, Isaiah 56:8, Jeremiah 16:15, Jeremiah 23:3, Jeremiah 30:10, Jeremiah 31:9, Jeremiah 33:7, Ezekiel 11:17, Ezekiel 20:34, Ezekiel 28:25, Ezekiel 34:13, Ezekiel 37:21, Ezekiel 36:24, Hosea 1:7, Micah 2:12, Zechariah 4:6 and 8:7, Psalms 53:7 and 106:47. And Deuteronomy 33. Oh, we already had that. Deuteronomy 4:27 and 28:64, as well as Leviticus 26:33 and 34 and 43 of that chapter. Talks about a rest of that land. So it's not that it's perpetually ruled forever by the same lineage and that sort of thing, like some people would say about certain verses. The Song of Psalms 2:7 and 3:5 and 8:4 talk about perhaps an authorized awakening. So it's not like it's completely out of the thing. But the idea is that the people of Jewish lineage are sort of on the same side as some other people. So it's this return isn't supposed to be just something of one tribe and all that. And I mean, you can't, there's another few references at the very least when you look at Zion from the Christian perspective, but a lot of stuff is minimized, like you mentioned Messiah and some other stuff you see taken down a notch. Hebrews 12:22 says, Allah Selhawlapate Sionorai Kai Palai Theu Zontasier Salham Apuranits Kaimuri Yasin Angelun. And so, yeah. So one comes along with the myriads of angels, and Revelations 14:1 also has, there's this active returning, but it's not just a returning of people, it's a joining the side of the angels. Kaidan Kaidu Arnian Estakas Epita Oras Sion Kaimet Autuakatan Tessarakonta Tessares Kiliades Ekusaitoanama Tu Patras Autu Gegramenon Apiton Metopon Auton. And okay, so it's going to be after the 144,000 having the name written on their foreheads. And you can say the name written on the forehead is kind of like, well, okay, the scroll is scripture. So these are prophets. And in Islamic tradition, there's more prophets with that. So it's a number, it's not saying only, it's saying, like 144,000 is a number that does come up. Some people say over 124,000, and that comes to the same thing, because over that is that too. But we're talking messenger prophets, the exemplar prophets, perhaps, there's said to be less of those, but still. And then there's a symbolic value of the dozen, thousand thing. but the lamb, the person, not necessarily vicarious, but certainly one who is a living sacrifice, you could say. So we're talking more people who've been chosen, and chosen as some of the Chabad stuff, awakening, the sparks within all nations through the teachings. And whether these teachings are fragmental or whatever the deal is, it amounts to the same. And a variation of this egg, rim, claw, Zuzzogozw, ze, ea, hszm, hszm, and the regular variation. Egg, rim, blue, Zuzzogozw, the EU, hszm, hszm,